Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Cosmic Slumber Tarot by Tilly Walden. Website on the bottom here is liminal11.com. Feel free to check that out if you'd like to. Supportive Oracle cards, upside down. Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Website for Sandra. On the back here it has hayhouseradio.com. I believe somewhere in the book here. There we go. A bunch of Hay House references or Hay House websites if you can see them. Feel free to freeze frame on those if you want to check those out. Alright, what do we have for Virgo? Oh, okay. Okay, so we do have a lot coming your way. It is definitely an unexpected change is what I'm also getting because of what I'm seeing come forward here. There's a change coming. Fire and earth, not usually compatible. Can get along in certain instances, but not usually compatible. So something's coming. It's coming in very quickly. It's coming in very fast is what I'm also getting. This is not the way you normally do things. This is not like, I feel like when this starts, I'm like, oh, this isn't my jam. This is not my jam. Like, I'm like, I don't like this. It's going to take you a minute to get your bearings with this situation. It's definitely going to take you a minute. It's shocking you that it's coming in. You got the tower. I don't think it's a bad tower, but it feels like a bad tower. Okay. I don't think you're going to like this when this happens, but I do think it's going to work out great for you once it's settled, once it's solidified, once it's established. I do think you're going to be very happy with it, but there's kind of like some growing pains going on here. Who do we want to go towards first here? Because I don't want to like sugarcoat something. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, but you're not going to feel that way at first. Who is in the past here? Somebody in the past. Temperance and the Ace of Cups. So, somebody who just kind of moves forward when they move forward. They do what they want. Temperance is a fire card. Emperor is a fire card. You got this Six of Cups. Which is this one? Six of Cups. There's history with this person. This isn't new behavior for them. Okay. There's like this feeling of kind of like, oh, here we go again. It's kind of like that feeling. Somebody's up and changed the game again. And somebody's up and changed the game again. The Ace of Cups is there. It's showing up as your resolution too. And you've got the Prince of Cups. This is the Prince. I liked what I had. I liked what I had. I did. I liked what I had. And whoever... Easy come, easy go is what I'm also getting with this. Somebody brought you something in quick before, and it took you a minute to get used to it. Then you started to love it. And now, okay, now we're changing it again. This may be a constant with this situation or person. So if it's a person, it's a constant with this person. If it's a situation, it's a constant with this situation where sooner or later, change is inevitable. It's just going to happen. It reminds me of like my own pattern years ago. I used to have this thing where every 2 years I had to at least change my, like, I might stay in the same company, but I had to change what department I was in. I just had, every 2 years I would get bored and I had to go do something else. I had that pattern. I don't know, I had it. I don't seem to have it now for whatever reason. but they might have that pattern just every 2 years or something, or every so many years. Like I literally, it was like almost like clockwork, about every 2 years. So I'm wondering if you're experiencing somebody or something with that 2 year pattern. I'm wondering. Or there's some type of pattern here. Like, okay, this has happened before. It's now happening again. But I feel like they're trying to also give you a heads up. Like, yeah, this is changing again, and it's not going to be the last time. When this happens, like, you really don't like this. Like, you really don't like this. Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords. Like, these are two of the most roughest cards. Like, these are two of those cards where it's kind of like... It's not easy to paint them in a pretty picture, if you know what I'm saying. The Ten of Swords is devastation. The Three of Swords is heartbreak. It's just kind of like... The difference between the two, I would say the Ten of Swords is like... This is where you come home and your house is just boom, it's gone. The Three of Swords is somebody hurt your feelings or like they disappoint you. Logan, no. Logan, okay. You should be okay for a minute. Now, when this happens, you're trying to be okay with it. You really are. I feel like you're trying to put in some effort to work with this situation. I really do. But you're kind of like, I feel like I'm kind of like, well, I have loose ends to tie up or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to deal with it. I'm trying my best to deal with it. I'm just trying to do what I can. But ultimately, I'm emotionally, like, stuck. I'm like, I'm not happy. I feel like you're just like, you're not happy at this point. When this is happening, you're not happy. Things are not where they're supposed to be. The way this is changing... I'm trying to believe in the future. I'm not happy about losing the past. I'm not happy about it. And I'm stuck. I feel like you're going to have a moment here where you are stuck, and that's your honest, natural, true response. It's going to take you a minute to come to terms with it on your own, and then you're going to have to start moving forward when you're ready in the way that's best for you. And I say when you're ready, but I also see you being pushed forward. So I feel like I'm just trying to go with it, and it's just taking me a minute to get it together. You're a very stable person. You create stability. You're very dependable. When people do this, or something goes on like this and it does this, it throws off the rhythm. It's kind of like everything sounds like it's out of tune and off whack and doesn't make any sense. So now I have to start, like, I have to find the bass beat, and I have to kind of like, okay, that's the bass beat, and I have to like kind of, clean it up a little bit, and like, let's get that bass beat where it's supposed to be, or at least where it's going to be from here forward, in the sense of like where it's going to be from here on, and like where it was. I can't bring it back to where it was, so let's try to match it to what the new situation is, and let's build some instruments to that, and let's then get this song in there. Let's fix the lyrics a little bit. Let's get that tempo together. Let's get everybody in unison. Like, I have to keep working at it to put it together, and it's going to take you a minute to really pull yourself together on this one, because it's kind of like, it's a little jarring. When this happens, it's a little jarring. Other people, you're not going to be the only one who's kind of struggling with this, but I feel like if you can be that very strong person in the sense of, all right, we are going forward, this change is happening, so let's keep moving forward and like solidifying and stabilizing what we know works. Okay, that's working so far for this new situation. Let's try to keep that as best we can, and let's build from that. Let's see what else matches with that. I feel like you're a very good complementary energy, because other people are stuck too, is what I'm getting. Community with the Hanged Man is like, people are kind of like, I don't know, what are we doing, Virgo? What's going on, Virgo? And you're kind of like, well, I'm just kind of making it the best way I can. I know that this works so far in the new situation. I see that's the new beat, so I'm just cleaning it up a little bit, and I'm just working from there. Once I get the beat set, I'm going to add some instruments, and I'm going to try to make them match. It's the best way I can think of to describe it, because it feels complicated like that. You're piecing it together. Sooner or later, you will get it back together. You'll help other people with talking with other people. You will help figure out what's supposed to be there, what's working. You're going to have this great moment again. You've had the Ace of Cups in the past. You're going to have it again in the future. You're going to be very happy again. It's not just a vote of confidence in the sense of like you're going to be doing fine again. Everything's going to go back to good. I feel like it's also kind of like a heads up. Like, there's a pattern here. This has happened before. It's happening now. It's going to happen again. So if you notice like a time pattern, if that's there, hopefully you can see some type of time pattern like every 2 years or something. Or if you're kind of like, the first time this happened, I noticed a couple weird things going on, and then the change happened. This last time here, right now, when it happened, I noticed some similar things were happening just before this change happened, and then look what happened. So then, like, going forward, I'll keep my eye out when those little weird things start happening again. I'll be like, all right, better get ready for it, because it's going to happen again. I feel like they're just trying to set you up in the sense of, like, if you see it for what it is, if you're kind of somewhat expecting it, it's less devastating when it happens again, because it seems like this is a constant. It just keeps going like that. Just keeps going like that. Keeps going like that. I also feel like it colors the way you do things going forward. Kind of like, well, if this is how it's going to go, and sooner or later it's going to change like this again, I'm going to concentrate my efforts here instead of here. Because this over here is like long haul, keeping this forever. And apparently that's not where this is going. So this over here is like, for example, if it's something like buying a house, for example, like you buy a house with your partner and you're like, this is where we're going to stay, and then some, like, maybe 3 to 5 years go by and they're like, nope, got to move again because maybe they got a different job somewhere else or whatever the reason is, so you end up moving. Normally you would, when you buy a house, I feel like Virgo would be like, let me make this exactly what I want, let's do some renovations, let's, fix this, fix that, let's change this, let's, build a deck, whatever we're going to do. Renovations, building a deck, remodeling, stuff like that. But if you're looking at it kind of like, well, chances are we're going to be here for 3 to 5 years. In that case, definitely I'm going to paint things better. What is in this house that I really don't like, that I really need to renovate, even though it's going to be 3 to 5 years, I can't stand it. Like maybe the kitchen is too small or something like that. So we got to renovate that a little bit because I'm not going to live in a box for 3 to 5 years. But I'm going to do those renovations. We're not going to go crazy with them. I'm just going to like make it work, make it nice, make it work, but I'm not going to go overboard. It would be nice to have a deck out back, but like by the time we get the deck, it'll be almost time to leave anyway. That's usually what happens. So I'm not going to do the deck this time. I'm going to center on just painting. I'm going to center on other things that I can take with me. So if we move again, I'm going to like work on furniture. I'm going to work on decor, things like that I want to do that I can take to the next location, not stuff that's going to be tied to this one. And I feel like that's how you'll look at it going forward. It'll kind of like just change your mindset about how you're going to plan. Kind of like if we're going to end up moving again anyway sooner or later, I'm going to put more effort in things I can take with me, not things that they're going to stay here and I'm going to lose anyway. Anything else? All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.